Picture Paris, wide boulevards, grand cream buildings, the Seine, and bustling cafes. It feels timeless, but this cityscape was no accident. The Paris we know was deliberately crafted in the 19th century, born from ambition and controversy. Its beauty masks a story of upheaval and a battle for the city's soul. Before this transformation, Paris was cramped and chaotic. The decision to remake it was about more than beauty. It was about control, order, and projecting imperial power. Every avenue and park was part of a calculated plan to solve problems like disease and traffic, but also to prevent uprisings. Two men led this revolution: Emperor Napoleon III and his prefect, Baron Haussmann. From 1853 to 1870, they demolished old neighborhoods and carved straight boulevards through the medieval city. The result was breathtaking, but the human cost was enormous. Paris's design tells a story of social engineering and a struggle between the powerful and the poor. Understanding how Paris became Paris reveals who shapes our cities and who pays the price. The story of Paris is the story of modernity, built brick by brick, boulevard by boulevard. Early 19th century Paris was bursting at the seams, overcrowded, filthy, and dangerous. Narrow, winding alleys blocked sunlight and bred disease. Waste filled the streets. Cholera and typhoid swept through the slums. In 1832, a cholera epidemic killed nearly 20,000 Parisians, hitting the poor hardest. Life was precarious, and the city was a powder keg of social tension. The same tangled streets that bred disease also fueled revolution. Barricades went up easily and uprisings rocked Paris in 1830 and 1848. The city's medieval layout gave insurgents the upper hand, making it hard for authorities to maintain control. The ruling classes saw the city as chaotic and ungovernable. By mid-century, the powerful agreed. Paris needed to be tamed, cleaned up, and brought under control. The stage was set for radical transformation. The city was a powder keg, waiting for a spark. Change was inevitable. The spark was Louis-Napoleon Bonaparte, Napoleon III, who seized power and declared himself emperor. He wanted Paris to symbolize France's modernity and his own authority. Inspired by London's wide streets and parks, he envisioned a city of air, light, and order. His plan was political: improve living conditions to win loyalty, but also make the city easier to police. Wide boulevards would prevent barricades and allow troops to move swiftly. Urban renewal was both social reform and social control. To execute this vision, Napoleon III appointed Baron Haussmann as prefect of the Seine in 1853. Haussmann was a relentless administrator, not an architect, but he shared the emperor's vision and had the ruthlessness to realize it. Together, they launched a 17-year mission to tear down the old Paris and build a new one. Their partnership would forever change the city's landscape. Paris was about to become the blueprint for modern urban life. The transformation would be swift, dramatic, and deeply controversial. The city's future was in their hands. Haussmann wasted no time. With map and ruler, he cut straight lines through the city, demolishing entire neighborhoods. Over 20,000 buildings fell. 100 kilometers of new boulevards rose in their place. Beneath the streets, he built modern sewers and aqueducts, bringing fresh water and sanitation. Gas lamps lit the city, making Paris the city of light in more ways than one. Boulevards were aligned for dramatic vistas, ending at landmarks like the Arc de Triomphe. Strict building codes created the harmonious cream-colored facades we know today. Parks and squares offered green spaces for all. It was progress on an imperial scale, unstoppable, but not without cost. The new boulevards transformed daily life. Streets became stages for strolling, socializing, and commerce. The flaneur, the urban wanderer, was born, observing the city's vibrant life. Shop fronts dazzled with goods, Department stores like Le Bon Marché emerged. Fashion and café culture flourished, making Paris the world-style capital. Cafés became social hubs, where people from all walks of life mingled and debated. The city felt faster, brighter, and more connected. Grand railway stations linked Paris to the world. For the bourgeoisie, this was a golden age of beauty, cleanliness, and opportunity. Paris was now a city of spectacle and modernity. But not everyone shared in the city's golden age. Haussmann's renovations hit the poor hardest, destroying tight-knit communities. Displaced residents couldn't afford the new apartments. Rents soared. The working class was pushed to the city's outskirts, creating a stark social divide. The new Paris was beautiful, but deeply unequal. Many saw the boulevards as monuments to state power, not progress. Writers like Émile Zola captured the resentment and alienation of the displaced. The city's transformation bred anger and a sense of loss. Discontent simmered beneath the glittering surface, fueling future unrest. Paris was now a city divided by class, geography, and memory. The Second Empire collapsed in 1870 after defeat by Prussia. Paris, besieged and starving, erupted in revolt. The working class, radicalized by suffering and decades of resentment, formed the Paris Commune. For 72 days, ordinary citizens governed themselves, flying the red flag and demanding social reforms. The Commune was a direct rejection of Haussmann's imperial city. The government in Versailles saw it as a threat and sent in the army. Haussmann's boulevards, designed to prevent uprisings, now allowed troops to crush the rebellion. The fighting was brutal: barricades, fires, and mass executions. In 1 week, up to 30,000 Parisians were killed. The Commune was drowned in blood, leaving deep scars on the city. The conflict reinforced the class divisions Haussmann's project had created. Modern Paris was born not just from progress, but from violence and struggle. The city's beauty was inseparable from its history of conflict. The memory of the Commune haunted Paris for generations. The city's divisions would shape its future. Paris was forever changed. After the Commune, Paris rebuilt, and Haussmann's vision was completed. The city became a global symbol of modernity and urban planning. Planners from Buenos Aires to Chicago copied its wide roads and grand buildings. Haussmann's model, central planning, infrastructure, and regulated aesthetics, shaped cities worldwide. But his legacy is also one of conflict and displacement. The question remains: who has the right to the city? Gentrification, rising rents, and the loss of old communities are not new. They began in Paris. Every grand boulevard hides stories of those pushed aside. Cities are battlegrounds of power, money, and ideas. The shape of our cities shapes our lives. Paris teaches us to look beyond the facade and ask, who built this and for whom? We all have a stake in deciding what our cities become.